I'm Keno and I'm 25 years old. If I could sit down with every single Christian who is focused and trying to figure out finance, faith, money, kingdom purpose, these are the 40 brutal truths that I would tell them with no fluff, no sugarcoating, from me being negative $20,000, in debt, losing everything, about to lose my house, about to lose my family, being so low to living the life that I truly prayed for. And some of these will challenge you, some of these will convict you, or some of these will push you forward if you allow them to. Hit that subscribe button if you're interested in seeing how I use trading automation and AI to build wealth and live the life that I want to live without interference. Then make sure you click the link in the description and get a free invite to my free live trading AI masterclass. So let's get into it. Number one is you'll never be blessed living in disobedience. God cannot bless you when you're in rebellion. God's favor flows through obedience. So if you're still entertaining sin, do not expect the blessings to pour down. Truth number two, God owns everything and you're just managing his money. You don't own anything. You don't own the car. You don't own the house. You don't own the clothes. You don't own the money in the bank account. He owns everything. He's just giving you it to manage. You're a steward, not an owner. So if you can't manage the little that he does give you, why do you expect him to give you so much more? Moreover, it is required of stewards that they must be found faithful. That's 1 Corinthians 4:2. Truth number three is you have to give to receive. This is kingdom law. You can't outgive God, but you can also not receive before you give. It's immutable law because you have to sow to reap. You have to plant to harvest. But most people want to receive first and they want to give later, and that's just not how it works. Give and it will be given to you. A good measure, pressed down, shaken together and running over. That is Luke 6:38. Truth number four, put all your faith in God and work like it depends on you. Faith without works is dead. You can't just sit on the couch all day, sitting on your hands and expecting God to come through for you in a major way. God will open the doors for you, but you still have to walk through them. I pray every morning and I execute like my life depends on it. 5, comfort kills dreams more than failure ever could. When you get comfortable, you stop growing. And I've seen so many people at a high level, at a high place, and they just began to go coast. They began to get comfortable. But when you're stagnant, when you're comfortable, you start dying, you stop growing. And I've been that person before. I was making so much money and I was just coasting, being comfortable. But that's when the enemy wins, not by destroying you, but by distracting you and keeping you comfortable. 6, God delays are not denials. When things aren't moving as fast for you, it's not because God forgot about you. Sometimes he's just protecting you from things that you're just not yet ready to handle. If I got the success that I now have at 18 years old, it would have obliterated me. And that's not extra, that's not dramatic at all. 7, discipline is the real prayer answered. So what that means is you're praying for financial freedom, but you can't wake up on time. You're praying for a better marriage, but you can't even put your phone down. Discipline is how faith becomes a reality. Be that person that God wants to bless. Be that person, not that deserves the blessing, but that is prepared for the blessing. 8, God will embarrass you before he elevates you. I lost everything in my trucking business and I had to go back to work after not working for around 3 years. It was very embarrassing. It hurt me so much. Even all the other business that I lost, and it hurt me so much, but it was just positioning me to get ready and be prepared for the comeback. Sometimes God strips you down to build you right. 9, your circle is your prophecy. If you show me your group chat, I'll show you your destiny. You can't hang around broke, faithless, gossip-filled, sinning people and expect everything to go right for you, things to move in your favor. Your environment will truly make or break you. Either somebody's gonna pull you back or they're gonna push you forward. They're never gonna keep you stagnant where you are. He who walks with wise men will be wise, but the companion of fools will suffer harm. Proverbs 13:20. 10, if the devil can't destroy you, he will distract you. The enemy doesn't need to destroy your life. He just needs to keep you distracted. He needs to keep you scrolling. He needs to keep you binge watching Netflix. He needs to keep you on all the social media apps, just doom scrolling for hours and hours and hours, wasting so much time. Porn, gossip. These are all weapons of distraction to keep you from your calling. 11, you cannot save your way to wealth. There's a parable in the Bible where a man, he is given money. The servant is given money while the man leaves on his trip. He comes back, the servant, all he did was bury the money. He didn't invest it. He didn't flip it like the other people. Even the king said to his servant, you could at least put my money in the bank to get some interest. So that is not a proven strategy to work for you, saving to away your wealth. What you have to multiply it. That's why I use trading automation to multiply my time and my resources. 12, your spending habits will reveal your faith level. If you're blowing money on things that don't matter, then there's no way you believe God has more for you. Wealthy people make purchases that appreciate, and broke people make purchases that depreciate. 13, debt is spiritual bondage. When I lost everything in my trucking business and I was down $20,000 at 21 years old, it was straight feeling like I was enslaved. And you have to get out of debt like your future depends on it, because it does. If you can't tithe, you can't build. Tithing isn't a tip, it's obedience. You have to give God that 10% of your first fruits. Before anything else, I've tithed $100, I've tithe when I had no money. I was able to still tithe, and God continued to make a way. Bring the whole tithe in the storehouse. Test me in this and see if I will not throw open the floodgates of heaven. This is the only place in the Bible where God is telling you to test him. So test him because you cannot outgive God. That's Malachi 3:10. Truth 15, the love of money is the root of all evil, not the money itself. Money is neutral, it's a tool, but if you worship it, if you compromise to get it, if you compromise your integrity and your morals, if you throw all those things to the side to attain that pleasure, to attain that wealth, to amass those riches, that's when it becomes your God, and you should not serve money. It should be the other way around. Truth 16, God wants you wealthy, but not for his glory. He doesn't want you broke and struggling, but he also doesn't want you rich and selfish. The wealth he gives you is meant to bless others. It's meant to build the kingdom and leave an inheritance for your children's children. 17, vision without financial literacy is just a dream. You need both. I know people with God-given ideas, and I'm like, yo, if you execute that, if you go all in on that, it will be insane for you, but they don't know how to budget. They don't know how to be disciplined. They don't know investments. You need to focus your time on first figuring out financial literacy, focus on taxes, focus on compounding, focus on investments, focus on building a business, because faith and finance go hand in hand. 18, wealthy people focus on investing. Broke people focus on spending. When I was broke, I obsessed on how I could save a couple extra dollars, saving that $20. But when I realized I had to shift my mind into thinking, okay, how can I make an extra $1,000 a week rather than cutting off a couple pennies here and there? Focus on making more income. That's when it's gonna change for you, not just cutting costs. 19, your new life will cost you your old one. Those old habits, those old tendencies, those old friends, those old comforts. If you want to level up financially, you have to get rid of those old things, because those old things got you exactly where you're at right now. So to get those new things, you have to become that new person. Truth 20, automation is biblical stewardship. God gave you 24 hours. If you can build systems that work for you while you sleep, you're being a good steward of your time. This is why I'm all in on trading AI. It's maximizing the resources that God gave me. 21, failure in the game beats safety on the sidelines. I'd rather fail than not try at all. When my trucking business collapsed, I was hurt, I was sad, as well as all the other businesses, but I'd rather be in the game to potentially see the wins, see the championships. If I'm not even in the game, I have no potential to even win the rewards. If I'm losing, I'm cool with that, because there's still a possibility that I could have that win. If I'm on the sidelines, there's no possibility for a win at all. All I'm saying is at least be in the arena to play the game, not just watch, because most people never get on the field. 22, your emotions are ruining your destiny. I used to let fear, anger, and patience drive my decisions, but now I move based on principles. I move based on logic, not emotions. The moment you master your emotions is the moment you master and take control over your life. 23, being a man of faith or a woman of faith means you're not passive. Faith isn't sitting around waiting for God to drop blessings in your lap. You need to be proactive and you need to move. Faith without works is dead. So if you're not actively working, if you're not putting in work and meeting God there, you're doing a disservice to yourself. Remember, he's going to open those doors, but you still have to walk through them. 4, if your life isn't interesting, you're too addicted to your phone, man. A lot of people are wasting so much time just on their phone, and if they see their day as like, okay, when I get to scroll on Instagram Reels, that's going to be the brightest, the highlight of my day. Go out, get a new skill, get a new hobby, do something that makes you feel alive, because if you don't, you're just going to keep letting your phone steal your purpose. 25, confidence comes from making and keeping the commitments that you make to yourself in private. You keep telling yourself you're going to wake up at 5 a.m. and you don't. You say you're going to start this diet and you don't. You say you're going to start going to the gym these days and you don't. Every single time you tell those lies or you let yourself down, you're beating up the confidence, you're beating up the trust and the validity in your word as well in yourself. Once you start keeping those commitments to yourself, especially when nobody's watching, then your confidence will begin to grow. 26, most people are praying for the life that you're complaining about. A lot of people complain about all these things that they don't have, all these things they lack, all these things they want to be. But when you focus on that which becomes bigger in your life. That's why I always tell people, focus on the positive, focus on the good things, focus on the abundance, focus on God, because when you focus on that becomes bigger in your life. But you're focused on the lack, if you're focused on the negativity, you're focused on the things that never go right, then that becomes big in your life, and that flows through your life, and that's what consumes your life. So focus on the right side, not the bad. 27, God doesn't bless you pretend to be. He made you individually. He made you with you in mind, so you can be the best version of you. You can't be a better version than me than I can be of me. So stop trying to act like everybody else. Stop trying to put on a facade. He's going to bless your true authentic self and your authenticity. Strong men, strong women, cry in secret. You can cry, you can pray, you can get up and keep going, but do not break and do not quit. That's when it becomes a problem. When you break and you stay down, when you lay down and you let the enemy win. No, I never quit. I've cried, I broke down, I prayed, I got up, but I didn't quit. That's gonna separate the people from who makes it to the people who don't. Truth 30, fear gives bad advice. When you're at your lowest, when you're full of fear, that's when you give yourself the worst advice. Those moments, don't trust on your own self. Don't trust on your own advice. Talk to God, talk to somebody you love, someone you trust, but don't make decisions based out of fear. 31, normalize leaving people in their reality. You can't drag someone to their destiny. You can't drag somebody to the mountaintop. They have to want it just as bad as you want it for yourself. If they want to stay mediocre, if they want to stay stagnant, if they want to stay comfortable, distracted, then let them. Your energy is best placed in yourself or somebody who really wants it. 32, respect comes from admiration, not fear. The people who respect you are the people that admire you, are the people that you inspire, are the people that you serve. You have to be a servant before you become a leader. And a lot of people, they're married and they want their spouse to respect them, but give her or him something to admire. Give her or him something to be inspired by. Lead with integrity, build other people up. Give something that somebody is admired by. Truth 33, life is a mirror, not a window. Stop comparing yourself to everyone else. Your life reflects who you are. If you want different results, become a different person. The world isn't as it is. The world is as you are. 34, you cannot build with someone who is still healing, who is still going through their redemption. I've tried to help people who weren't ready and it drained me and it felt like a waste of time and they didn't even respect my time. Now I know you cannot pour into someone and it is a waste to pour into someone who is not ready and who is not willing to go the mile. Let people heal. Don't sacrifice your vision for theirs. Like it says, you can't give your pearls. It says not to cast your pearls to swine because they just take it for granted and they don't do what they need to with it. They're just gonna roll around in the mud, get all dirty again. And it absolutely sucks because I'm an empath. I love to help people. I love to tell them what they can do to get out their situation. I love to tell them, give them advice to how they can make their situation better, but at the same time, they have to still be willing. 35, God separates you before he elevates you. When I lost my pastor, my father figure, it did hurt me. And he ain't die, he just screwed me over. But God used that separation to prepare me for elevation. Sometimes he removes people not to hurt you, but to protect your future, protect the person you're going to become, to protect the things that you will have in the future. 36, you teach people how to treat you. This is my favorite. If you let people cancel on you, if you let people disrespect you, disrespect your time, or take advantage of your kindness, that is 100% on you. Set boundaries, hold your standard. People will only do what you allow them to do. So stand up, be a man, be a grown woman, and lock in. Stop letting people play with you. The word no is a complete sentence. You do not owe anyone an explanation. Stop overcommitting, stop overpleasing, because a no to someone is a yes to yourself. 38, treat others the way you want to be treated. If you want loyalty, be loyal. If you want respect, respect. If you want love, show love. The world is a mirror and it's gonna show you and it's gonna reflect what you put out. What you put out, you're gonna get back. Truth 39, tell people about them. You never know when a compliment could save someone's life. I've seen it happen. That one word of encouragement could be the difference between someone quitting and someone pushing through. Finally, truth 40, it is never too late to change. I don't care if you're 14 or you're 48. Today can be the better day and you can decide to turn your life around. I went from negative $20,000 to losing so many businesses. And if God can do it for me, he surely can do it for you. Look, so I know that was a lot, but you made it this far. And if you made it this far, pat yourself on the back because you are somebody that's hungry, you're somebody that's willing to go the mile and do the change. Pick one truth from the 40 brutal truths, apply it, and apply it for a whole week. Don't try to do all of them at once. Just lock in and commit to this one. 2, subscribe to this YouTube channel for more talk on faith, money, and kingdom building wealth. 3, click the link in my description. Make sure you sign up for the free live trading AI masterclass, as well as check out my other YouTube channel where I talk deeply about trading automation and AI. So subscribe to that as well. And if this video challenged you, inspired you, or convict you, drop a comment and let me know which one hit the hardest. I appreciate you. Keep trusting God, keep grinding, keep putting him first. I'll see you in the next one.